and it will soon belong to me. Keyblade!
So today I thought, why not talk about every Keyblade? That'd be fun, right? Then I realized that would take forever, and I haven't even really uploaded a video before. So I set my sights high, and here we are looking at all of the Keyblades in Kingdom Hearts 1. But in all seriousness, if you guys like this kind of video, I'll start making them for every game in the series. I'll be going over each Keyblade scene within Kingdom Hearts 1 Final Mix, taking a look at their designs, philosophy, stats, and where you receive these Keyblades. In this game, Sora has a base strength and defense that, depending on the Keyblade equipped, will boost those stats. So without further ado, let's get right into it. The most iconic of all the Keyblades and the one that started it all, it's fundamental in its design but makes up for it in story significance. This Keyblade is the Keyblade you played the whole game with if you were 8 and didn't know you can change it. As for the design, the Keyblade is 3.5 feet long and sports a silver shaft and keychain with a gold guard. The teeth of the key shaped into a crown, which is a nice addition, and the end of the keychain has the classic Mickey silhouette. It carries +3 strength and no change in MP. Sora receives the Keyblade on Destiny Islands even though it was intended for Riku. If you know what you're doing, you will most likely use this Keyblade until you complete Deep Jungle and get the Jungle Key Keyblade. Normally, the cutscenes will show whatever Keyblade you are currently wielding, except for the first scene with Riku and Hollow Bastion, where he takes your Keyblade momentarily. Donald and Goofy follow Riku while you work with Beast to make it back into the castle, reconfront Riku, and get your Keyblade back with the power of friendship. I think it is a strong design for your base level Keyblade, but I can say that it is probably not most people's favorite, as there are plenty of more interesting and beautifully designed Keyblades in the series, and we will get to those.
You should consider yourself a tool at best.
The infamous Jungle King is up next. You will receive this after you seal the keyhole. In all seriousness though, you'll get this from Tarzan in Deep Jungle after sealing the keyhole in the Cavern of Harp. You will most likely equip this Keyblade right away, as it adds +5 strength and a longer reach than the Kingdom Key. I was unable to find exact lengths of other Keyblades in this game, so going forward I'll give you a general idea of how long or short they are, but not exact lengths. It doesn't add any MP and just a 10% critical hit rate, which is one of the lowest in the game. The Keyblade is fine for what it is, but it loses a lot of points for just being plain ugly. Very cool that it is made of presumably bone, but it always felt more Lion King than Tarzan to me. Bone is objectively a sick material for a Keyblade, and not something that I think has happened again, but its execution does not work. It's wrapped in a dull orange and purple cloth, and has a lime green trail that follows every swing. The coolest part of the Keyblade is the keychain, which has a bright bluish purple butterfly that can be seen in the Cavern of Heart, but it clashes with the rest of the Keyblade in an unsatisfying way.
Giving up already?
3 wishes is obtained after defeating Genie Jafar and sealing the keyhole in Agrabah, another Keyblade that you are most likely going to switch to after getting it. This will give you a small strength boost opposed to Jungle King with a +6 in the strength category and 0 additional MP. It also carries a critical hit rate of 20%. It always felt very Agrabah and very Aladdin to me, with a light blue and gold accents reminiscent of Genie and the Lamp, and it also has a lamp keychain to boot. It has a gold trail and stars that appear upon contact. It also sports a wood handle, which is a little weird when juxtaposed against the rest of the Keyblade, but it gives Sora a better handle than most.
Let's
We will look at what, in my opinion, is the ugliest Keyblade in the game, and no, it's not Jungle King, that you will get after Monstro when you head back to Traverse Town and go to Geppetto's newly constructed house and open the chest there. It'll give you +5 strength boost and 0 additional MP. It can also be very occasionally useful if you are going to 100% the game in Final Mix, because it's the only Keyblade that gives you 100% critical hit rate. This is one of the few Keyblades that actively looks like it would instantly break if you hit literally anything with it. It is completely wooden except for the keychain, which sports the titular wishing star, and has a light green trail, and gears appear upon contact with your enemies. It has a bunch of gears and some string on the handle, very evocative of Pinocchio at least, but I feel like they could have come up with more and given Sora fewer splinters in the process.
Yeah, you're right.
You'll receive Crabclaw after sealing the keyhole in Atlantica. This is an optional story visit, as you don't have to come here to finish the game, but it is an upgrade from either Wishing Star or 3 Wishes. This has a +6 strength boost, but it also has 1 MP. This is probably going to be the first Keyblade that you get that gives you extra magic. So if you're looking to stock up on magic, you might want to complete this over Halloween Town. It also has a very cute crab riding on a wave at the top, another reason to come here and seal the keyhole, and has a green handle and 2 mermaids on both sides of the guard. Its keychain is a clamshell, which you should be very familiar with if you completed this world, and it has a light blue stream with bubbles and stars appearing on contact. You'll receive the Pumpkinhead Keyblade if you seal the keyhole in Halloween Town. This is the most likely of the optional locations that you'll complete, and getting this Keyblade will give you the following stats. Pumpkinhead helps with a strength build, which most players tend to go for. It has a metal gothic design philosophy and is black and gray throughout. It has a taped up handle with Jack Skellington at the top of it and spiked edges. The teeth of the Keyblade are a bat, while the keychain is a pumpkin. A light purple stream appears when you swing it, and more stars when you make contact. It has very jagged edges, which separate it from most other Keyblades in the game. Now let's move back to a Keyblade that you would probably use in a more casual playthrough, Fairy Harp. A very short Keyblade, you get this after you seal the keyhole at the clock tower in Neverland. I can see what they were going for with this, but I don't think it fully incorporates the aspects properly. It'll give you +8 strength and 1 additional MP point. It also has a critical hit rate of 20%. You will most likely be taking this as your Keyblade into Hollow Bastion. It goes for a pixie flower theme and a mostly green Keyblade. It has fairy wings, the keychain is the red feather, and the teeth are a pan flute. This also features a light green stream when the Keyblade is swung, which are all great references to Neverland and the Peter Pan film, but we never actually go there in this game. And I just think the Keyblade is not very cohesive looking or easy on the eyes.
I guess you think you can psych me out by saying really random stuff.
Metal Chocobo is an interesting one. You will get this from one of your visits to the Olympus Coliseum when you defeat Cloud in the Hercules Cup. But this also means that you are almost done with the first 3 cups, which gives you Olympia, an objectively stronger Keyblade. I'm not seeing a ton of use from this one in either a casual or special run scenario, except for the fact that it has the lowest critical hit percentage at just 2, if you're not a fan of murdering people with your Keyblade. It also has a +9 strength boost and takes 1 MP away from your total. In terms of design, it is a metal Keyblade that is gray at the top and has a brown and red handle. It carries a very cute Chocobo keychain at the bottom for all you Final Fantasy fans out there. It has a light gray stream and yellow and blue stars appear on contact. On the KH Wiki, it says that the blade is supposed to be reminiscent of Cloud's sword, but I'm not really seeing that, outside of the fact that it is massive when Sora is holding it. Olympia is up next, and it was mentioned just earlier. You get this Keyblade after completing the first 3 cups at the Coliseum and opening a chest in the lobby. It is a strong Keyblade with +10 strength but no MP boost, and has a 30% critical hit rate. But a good chunk of players won't get this Keyblade on a more casual playthrough, considering that you don't have to come back here after the original story visit. But don't worry, Chip and Dale will constantly remind you that it exists. For design, it is built from what looks like rocks, which is a great way to exemplify the strength of the Keyblade and to represent this world that is chock full of gods. The teeth look like a cloud, and the handle has pillars and flexing muscles. The keychain is the Olympus stone, which is not prominent in this game, but it is in Kingdom Hearts 2. Also, it has an orange stream and yellow and orange stars on impact. I think the Keyblade is fun, but not a huge fan of the Hercules written on the blade or the overall look, but it can definitely have its utility in some situations.
Come, Guardian!
Riku's Keyblade comes from the hearts of the 6 Disney princesses. The Keyblade of Heart is one of the best story integrations for a Keyblade up to this point in the series. We now know that Kyrie's heart was needed to finish the Keyblade, so the incomplete look is a great way to show how the story has progressed up to this point and what our antagonists are looking to do. With a black blade and red grip, it feels like an inverse of the Kingdom Key, showing the difference in philosophy between Sora and Riku at this point, light and dark. The teeth of the Keyblade are a sharp blade at the tip, and it almost makes a heart like our Keyblade makes a crown. At the top, it is missing a piece, representing the lack of Kyrie's heart, so the heart is not fully formed as a result. Not my favorite of Riku's Keyblades, but I think it is definitely the most significant to the story.
I know you will!
This late game Keyblade has a strong story significance, and it can be a strong Keyblade to use after your 3rd visit to Traverse Town. It didn't come as a shock to me that our Queen Kyrie was able to conjure up such a good looking Keyblade. Comes off the back of probably the best scene between the two, Kyrie and Sora, so it makes it that much sweeter. Oathkeeper gives you +9 strength, +1 MP, and a 40% critical hit rate, a strong replacement for whatever Keyblade you're using up to this point, and great for dealing critical blows. It is also another silver Keyblade featuring 2 hearts, one at the top and one at the base of the Keyblade. I'd like to think that it represents both Sora and Kairi's heart. The teeth of the Keyblade are shaped as the kanji symbol meaning light, a great symbolic duality with its sister Keyblade. The handle features angel wings, which can be interpreted as Kairi being Sora's guardian angel, and it has a yellow stream and yellow star outlines upon contact with enemies. It's got Kairi's lucky charm as the keychain with accents of yellow, blue, and purple throughout.
Homework?
You will receive Spellbinder when speaking with Merlin after getting all level 1 spells, which include Fire, Blizzard, Thunder, Cure, Gravity, Arrow, and Stop. You will have all of these as long as you defeat Opposite Armor and Parasite Cage and complete the Fill Cup. It'll give you just a 4% strength boost, but it will make up for that with plus 2 MP. It also has a critical hit rate of 20%, and this can be useful if you're going for a more magic-centric build. I'm not crazy about having to talk to people to receive things in this game, but it is very rampant in Kingdom Hearts 1, and it is definitely not as egregious as needing to talk to Aerith 3 different times to get your cure upgrade. A casual player can likely stumble upon this, and the game gives you a small tip to go back to Traverse Town and practice your magic. I do, however, quite enjoy the mystical, abstract design. This blue Keyblade has small accents of purple and Merlin's spellbook as its keychain, and has a pinkish stream with blue and purple stars and yellow crescent moons on impact. I don't know how to describe the actual design of the Keyblade other than it kind of looks like a protractor, so here's an up-close picture of it.
You're stupid!
One of the best Disney Keyblades, Lady Luck, comes from Wonderland, but not after sealing the keyhole. It's going to take a little more effort than that. The player is rewarded for scouring the Lotus Forest and Bazaar Room, and after gaining the ability to trigger White Trinities, you will be rewarded with a chest containing this Keyblade. This means that you're going to get this far later than your first visit here. I give the first game a lot of credit for rewarding players for continuing to explore even as you get further into the game. The Keyblade is very evocative of the Alice in Wonderland film, incorporating a lot of purples, pinks, and reds. It has a purple and pink shaft and handle. It has a pink guard that is horseshoe shaped with a red and yellow checkered diamond in the center. On the top of the guard it has a yellow and orange checkered clubs. The teeth is a red spade and the top sports a yellow heart. Its keychain is also a red heart card. It has a bright pink stream with purple and yellow stars on contact. A really fun and decorative Keyblade that doesn't feel like it's overdoing it, at least in my opinion. As for stats, it will give you plus 7 strength, plus 2 MP, and a 20% critical hit rate. Worth going after in my opinion, especially in certain runs. You'll receive Divine Rose and Hollow Bastion after speaking with Belle in the library. This Beauty and the Beast inspired Keyblade is going to give you a significant boost from whatever Keyblade you're using before it. It gives you a whopping plus 13 strength and 40% critical hit rate, but if you're looking for a magic build, you're not going to find it here as it gives you 0 additional MP. This Keyblade is used pretty universally on both casual and special runs, granted that you know to speak to Belle to get it. Keyblade has a purple sword-like blade with a vine running along it which blooms into a rose at the teeth of the Keyblade. The guard has a stained glass look to it with rose leaves at the top of it. It has a light purple handle and another rose as the keychain. This also has another pink stream when swinging the Keyblade. I do wish they added something else as the keychain to not be too repetitive, like a teacup, candle, or clock. Could have been a fun addition, just not a wardrobe.
Was that supposed to be a joke?
You'll probably get this Keyblade on your second visit to Hollow Bastion right before you fight the Behemoth and seal the keyhole in a chest on the second level of the Grand Hall. You may switch to this Keyblade over the Oathkeeper at this point, but I always keep the other. Oblivion will give you a good strength boost of plus 11, but has minus 1 MP and just a 20% critical hit rate. The perfect Keyblade for angsty teens who were also playing Kingdom Hearts for some reason. That's completely black and purple and designed to look bat-like. The teeth of the key are shaped like the kanji for darkness, keeping with the dark tones. It has a dark purple stream and displays black and white stars on impact. I would have preferred to get this directly from fighting Riku at either point, instead of just getting it from a chest in the Grand Hall, but I digress. It could have been the perfect duality with Oathkeeper, Light and Dark, Kairi and Riku. It still works, just a minor nitpick.
I'm so black!
Mickey's KH1 Keyblade dons a striking resemblance to another Keyblade. I just can't put my finger on it. It's sad that they decided just to reskin the Kingdom Key in the most boring way possible. I really enjoyed the build-up, finally seeing Mickey, and the realization that he can also wield a Keyblade, but in terms of Keyblade, not a huge fan. It replaces the silver on the original Kingdom Key and incorporates red accents, but it is identical in design. I'm okay with retroactively changing this in future titles, with this being the Keyblade from the Realm of Darkness and giving our king a more fitting Keyblade in future titles.
One who knows nothing can understand nothing.
This all-silver Keyblade that represents our good buddy from Traverse Town, Leon, is gained when you defeat both Leon and Cloud simultaneously in the 20th round of the Hades Cup. It gives you plus 10 strength and plus 1 MP with a 20% critical hit rate. You're probably going to tackle the Hades Cup after a full playthrough, so you don't have much use for this Keyblade, especially if you go on and complete the gold and platinum matches here. It has another sword-like appearance referencing Leon's sword. The guard is also spiky, gothic metal look to it, and the head of a lion features on the top. It continues the repetitiveness here as the lion head is doing double duty as the keychain. Again, they could have added something in relation to Leon's association with fire, and it would have added some much needed color to the Keyblade, but it does produce flame when kicking Heartless ass, along with an orange stream. Diamond Dust is won in the gold match at the Coliseum after defeating Ice Titan. This ice sculpture will give you just plus 3 strength, but it makes up for that with plus 3 MP, the most in the game. Perfect for platinum runners, as you can use aggressive magic tactics when wielding this blade. It also gives you a 20% critical hit rate. I can't decide whether this Keyblade would break on impact as well, or just absolutely demolish anything. I mean, it's a giant chunk of ice, but it's gonna melt, so act quickly. Keyblade consists of one giant slab of spiky ice, going to give Shadows frostbite at a moment's notice. The teeth are a yellow and blue snowflake, and doing double duty again is the snowflake as a keychain, but with inverse colors. Also has a baby blue stream, and more snowflakes appear on contact. I don't really have a suggestion. The enemy is a giant piece of ice, not much to go off of.
Fine. I see how it is.
You might also notice the footage looks a little different for our last two Keyblades, but no way was I bothering beating Sephiroth and synthesizing every item in the game when I have a perfectly good 100% save file on my PlayStation. The One-Winged Angel is acquired by defeating the known menace Sephiroth in the platinum matches in the games. It'll give you plus 8 strength, nice, minus 2 MP, okay, and a critical hit rate of, wait for it, 10%? I might be missing something here because for going through Sephi, this is the thanks I get. I really don't see a purpose for using it outside of just looking sick, which I guess is enough. It has a thin, bluish purplish blade with a giant fireball on top. The guard is metal with more flames on the inside. Not sure how Sora holds this one particularly well, and also ends with a red ribbon similar to the one Aerith wears that ties off one wing as the keychain. Also has an awesome red and blue flame streak that produces stars when you make contact. Stars that kind of resemble the ones you drew in your notebook in middle school.
Thunder!
And we made it to the last Keyblade of the night. The Keyblade, which, if you are like me, is going to synthesize at the very end and have literally no reason to use it. But if you do manage to do a bit of grinding earlier, this is without a doubt the strongest Keyblade in the game, giving you a plus 14 strength boost and plus 2 MP while having a 40% critical hit rate. Besides this, you'll have to synthesize every other item in the game except for Donald's staff and Goofy's shield. Once you've done that, you'll need 5 Thunder Gems, 5 Mystery Goose, 3 Serenity Powers, 3 Stormy Stones, and 3 Dark Matters. It has the sharpest blade with a teal outline. On the face of the Keyblade is a golden mesh lace that runs all the way to the tip, where there's a golden heart with a crown on the top. It has a gold and teal guard with another heart at the base of the blade, and has some kind of heartstone as the keychain here. It tops it off with a yellow streak, and also yellow stars and lightning bolts on contact. So if you're playing Kingdom Hearts 1 right now, do this early and it'll save you a ton of future headaches. That's all from me. Hope you guys liked the video. Outside of YouTube, I stream on Twitch every Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern, and I'm currently doing a Kingdom Hearts 2 critical level run playthrough. So I'll see you guys in the next one.
Goodbye.